I hope you can all hear me. Maybe a thumbs up. Yeah. I would really, really love to see you guys. So if you can turn on your cameras because we are connecting from different parts of the country. So it would be really nice to see you all. Don't worry, it's a very chill session. Let's get to know each other better, ask each other a lot of questions. And by the end of the day, maybe in the next 1 hour, we'll become friends as well. All right. If you're comfortable enough, you can always please turn your camera on. Okay, Vardhan has turned his camera on. We need a couple of more people, guys. Come on. Okay. So my name is Anushri, and with me here is Miss Khachri. We are both from this fantastic Gen Z, Gen Alpha business school called as TETR. And TETR is based out of New York. However, it is not a traditional school as per se. Okay, we'll get to know more about TETR and see how it sort of aligns with your future, your interest, etc. And please make sure that you guys ask us a lot of questions through chat or direct voice. We are here to give you as much information as possible so that you guys have the right idea about your college education, right? The most crucial time of your life. Uh, you have to make sure that you're able to select the right university which fits your attitude and aptitude, right? So both of us take care of admissions for TETR for the region of South Asia. So pretty much what we do around is travel a lot and try to find the best teenagers out there, and we try to bring them together to create something really magical, right? How many of you have heard about TETR previously? Or maybe a show of hands. Vardhan knows about it. Okay, great. Okay, Arav knows about it. Priyanka knows about it. Wow, nice. A lot of people knows about TETR. That's great. So you can see that although we are a new sort of a school, we have pretty much done a lot of marketing to make sure that we are able to reach the right audiences such as yours. And TETR also invest a lot on their product, which are our students. They're very, very dear to us. We have students from more than 65 countries. So it's a fantastic diversity out there, right? So we make sure that they've chosen us, they've put their trust on us. We want to make sure that they get the best benefit out of this program because they're going to be spending 4 years with us. So we have a very nice presentation ready to show you guys. I would show you the presentation, but I also want to tell you we have a fantastic website, which means everything that you guys do at TETR today is put up in the website by tomorrow, which means if you want to see real life sort of updates on your curriculum, how does your accommodation look, how does your stay at Dubai look, where do you study in Singapore, what kind of revenues have your seniors done, etc. You can always look at the website as well. So I'm just going to share my screen and I'll keep kind of switching between the website and the presentation so that I can give you a lot of clarity. Kachri, can I start with the presentation? Okay, great. Okay. There are a lot of videos as well, but let's see if it plays or not. But if it doesn't, I will make sure that I will link it separately for you guys to see it. I hope this is visible, right? Can you see Learn Business by Building Business across 7 countries?
Yes,
Yeah?
ma'am. Yes.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So TETR is a proper business school, which means that traditionally, if you want to do business, right, what do you do in India? In India, I feel automatically everyone does engineering by default or BCom by default. Then they go to college, then all of a sudden they realize that it is not for them. They want to do business. They get started with their CAT preparation, GMAT preparation, start studying for the MBA, right? Because they want to pivot their career, they want to do business, and it's a late realization, unfortunately. But if you're actually really, really interested in business, why not start early, right? Doctors, people who aspire to be doctors, they do the medical entrance examination, get into colleges where they are taught by other doctors, right? A person who aspires to be a Formula 4 racer will go to someone who will directly coach them, right, in a car. Someone who wants to be a trained dancer goes directly to a school which will teach them how to dance. Now, unfortunately, there is no safe space for a business person to go and learn everything practically. But however, we've understood this problem statement, and TETR is all about teaching students such as yourself become successful entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurship is all the fad these days. How do you become a proper entrepreneur? Through multiple stages of success and failure. To simulate that in a regular university, that is almost impossible because most of the universities, the curriculum is outdated. It is not able to catch up with the current kind of ecosystem. They're not able to train you for the future, right? So at TETR, we've understood all of these issues. So that is why our vision and mission are basically revolutionizing the education world by making each one of you a global leader. I would like for you guys to see this video. However, it's a high definition video. It is possible that it might get stuck at some point. If it does lag, please let me know so that I can share it separately with you. But here we go.
It is absolutely crazy. So can age-old techniques of studying, sticking to a syllabus, and sitting in a classroom really equip us for this madness? Yeah, didn't think so. So let me show you what can. I'm at TETR, where each semester is in a whole different country. At the end of each term, we literally get on a plane and fly to Dubai, India, Singapore, Ghana, Latin America, Europe, and US. And in each country, we learn business by building real businesses.
I'm selling portable electronic devices in Dubai, and I've crossed $16,000 in revenue in just 4 months.
I'm working on making AI tools for hospitals.
But shh, it's still under wraps.
Whoa, man, I really can't talk right now. We're very busy working on our new streetwear brand.
In Delhi! And to raise capital, we can always tap into the $10 million TETR Launchpad Fund.
We learn by experiencing the real world, by pitching at global trade shows, and even going behind the scenes of large brands like Emirates, Ferrari, and even Google. We learn to negotiate with the merchants of the gold souk.
And even journey to the base camp of Mount Everest.
That's next semester. And guess what? Here, our grades come through making revenues and profits.
We don't learn viral marketing through slides and presentations, but by building our own YouTube channels. Oh, and the people that teach us are leaders in their industry, like the creator of email, the biggest consultant in the Middle East, and yeah, even a real NASA veteran. We also take the best courses from top colleges, like IIT in India, NUS in Singapore, and other Ivy Leagues too.
We intern with the biggest brands from our very first year, working evenings, weekends, and sometimes all night long. It can get tiring and out of your comfort zone. But we do it because we go to a different kind of school.
Where the only F you get on your work is feedback.
Where instead of bells, we have boarding passes.
And where the word cramming actually means cramming your stuff in your luggage.
That's TETR. You in?
All right, guys, what do you think about the video? Is it interesting?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Really interesting, right? These are real students. These are, in fact, your super seniors. The girl you see right here is Miss Sophia. She belongs to Mexico. So you can see the diversity in the video, right? That is less than, let's say, 10 students in the video you saw. We have more than 100 plus students studying with us. They come from various different parts of the world. We have students from South Korea. We have students from Switzerland. We have students from definitely a lot of Latin American countries. We have students from a lot of Middle Eastern countries. We have definitely Indian students. We have Nepalese students. We have students from pretty much all around the world. You get the gist, right? So TETR's diversity is much higher than a Harvard class. I want to say. We, as I said, right, we try to get the best students, the outlier sort of profiles. We kind of search for them. We get them into one place and do something really magical. This is a small understanding of how current universities are kind of placed, right? You can definitely go to a Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth. All of these are fantastic Ivy League institutions which has been here for more than 200 years. But when you go there, you mostly are, let's say, stuck in the classrooms, you're more academic. But when you come to TETR, right, it's a fantastic cross of the right amount of academics, the right amount of practical assignments that we give you, and a lot of exposure, which is very relevant to the current generation, right? So when you graduate out of TETR by the end of 4 years, we guarantee you that you are going to graduate with a very thick, fat resume, which is absolutely impossible for even somebody who's studying at Harvard to sort of achieve, because everything that you do at TETR is a part of your curriculum. Okay. We currently offer two courses. The idea is to teach you entrepreneurship properly. So we offer a Bachelor of Management and Technology. So the degree is basically BSc Honors in Management and Technology, which comes from a UK university. So you can be from pretty much any background, humanities, science, computer science, whichever background, and you want to sort of study management and technology. Any student from any background, you can even be homeschooled, can apply for the Bachelor of Management and Technology. We also have a program which is a Bachelor of Science in Artificial Intelligence, and the degree comes from Chicago, Illinois Tech. Here also, we teach the student entrepreneurship, but it is more tech based, right? I will talk to you the difference about the two programs as well, but these are the two undergraduate programs we currently offer. So the program at TETR that you do is a full-time undergraduate program, a 4-year program, and every semester, which means a term at TETR is about 4.5 months of time, which means that in 1 year you will have 2 terms. So in 4 years you have 8 terms. Every term will start in a brand new country, a brand new city. So it is not an exchange program. This is not something you can opt out of. It is your curriculum. It is mandatory for all the students who are part of the course, the faculty, the program managers, everybody who assists you with the entire program to move from one country to another. The reason is because we will teach you how to build a proper business from a zero to 100 in all of these countries. Because if you're wanting to be a global entrepreneur, it's very important for you to stay in that particular country, understand the economy, understand how the people over there react, understand what kind of products work, what kind of marketing work, and test it for yourself, right? It's pretty much impossible for you to sit in India and kind of gauge how are you going to sort of launch a green initiative in Argentina, right? So this is what ultimately TETR is trying to give the students, the experience and the exposure a regular 17 or 18-year-old would otherwise not get. So it's spread across 7 different countries in a span of 4 years. And you have 2 degrees, right? As I said, one degree is affiliated with UBI Business School, which is the Management and Technology degree. The AI degree is affiliated with the Illinois Tech Chicago University. Now, I'm sure that you will recognize a couple of these universities over here, right? I'm sure IIT Delhi requires no introduction. NUS and a couple of more is Cornell and INSEAD. Now, because TETR students are always on the go, right? You're pretty much packing your bags every 4.5 months. There are a lot of fantastic universities in all of these places that you move around as well. When you come to India, which is your second term, you have IIT Delhi here. We make sure that our students get to do a certification course over there. So it's almost like a backdoor entry into IIT. Otherwise, it requires a lot of hard work to sort of get into this university. But the idea is to get you relevant certification courses from IIT Delhi, right, when you're in India, which is going to be relevant to your curriculum. The same way, when you go to Singapore for your semester, we have NUS over there. You will also be doing your certification courses with NUS. The same way, when you go to United States for your term at TETR, we will make sure that you will do your certification course from Cornell University. And when you have your Europe chapter with TETR, and in Europe, you're based out of Spain, We make sure that we also give you the opportunity for going to INSEAD, which is located in France, and you will be doing a certification course from there. Now, whatever business you are going to be doing in all of these countries, these are going to be properly taught to you, coached to you, if I can say that, right? We will make sure that the kind of professors who come and teach you are, most of them are from Harvard, Stanford, New York University, London School of Economics, etc. We also have people who are from the industry, right? Like the CEOs of the companies, the MDs of the companies, the CTOs, who have really seen the company, right, grow from, let's say, the 0 to 100 journey, and they also come and teach you and train you. You also have a proper program management team who are like business advisors, who will work with you day and night to help you understand how do you launch your business in each of these countries as well. All right. The fund that is required for you to start your business in each of these countries, TETR provides to you. You can see over here, right? 10 million US dollars. We have it, we have kept it aside for students so that we can make sure that it is all of their business adventures are really, really possible. The profits you make from any of the businesses is going to be yours, because we are trying to teach you the value of money, getting or losing from a very young age. Tether is all around in the news. You can go to the Instagram channel and see that we are rapidly growing, right? There's a new reel or a post coming out every single day, because we do so much of stuff in a day that it is too good to not share it with the world. These are the kind of countries you are going to be covering. I'll just elaborate on it. You start your first semester in Dubai. You're going to be based out of UAE, Dubai. The second semester is going to be in India. Third semester is split between Singapore and Malaysia. The fourth semester, we take you to Africa. You're going to be based out of Ghana. The fifth semester, we take you to USA. You are going to be based out of New York. The sixth semester, we fly you to Argentina. You're going to be based out of the capital city, Buenos Aires. After the Argentina term, we take you to Europe. It's mentioned Europe over here. The actual country you're going to be based out of when you're in your Europe semester is Spain. You're going to be based out of Madrid, because, as you might have seen, right, UBI Business School, which is our academic partner for TETR, they majorly have 4 campuses around the world. There is one in Shanghai, there is another one in Luxembourg, the third one is in Belgium, Brussels, and the fourth one is in Spain. We have chosen the Spain campus because it's a much more lively economy. The last term, we have kept it aside for your paid internship. However, TETR students do not wait until the last semester for any of their paid internships. In fact, they have started doing their paid internships from the first semester itself. All right. I will share more details about the kind of stipend, the kind of companies they have gotten. So do stay tuned. In each of these countries, you can see, right? These are in different continents, these are in different economies. You can see it's a healthy mixture of developed, underdeveloped, and developing countries. And in each of these countries, there is a particular theme that you will follow. So when you come to Dubai, the kind of theme of business you're going to be taught and that you're going to be doing is drop shipping. Has any of you done any sort of business over here? Okay, I think, okay, you raised hands. You can please directly talk to me. That's okay. Okay. All right. So our students, we teach them how to do drop shipping as a business. Basically, drop shipping is a type of business where you don't really, let's say if you are doing a drop shipping business of, let's say, a bike, you really don't have the inventory with you. You're basically sourcing it from someone in some part of the world and you're selling it to your seller, right? So you're basically the mediator between two people, but you get to sort of rebrand it as you please. Okay. Our students have done dropshipping as a business in the first term. I will also show you the reports, the kind of money they've made, the kind of money they've not made, all of it. When you come to India, the theme of business is basically you can look at the population, right? If a proper business, if a product is really well, the Indian market is the best because you have a lot of buyers over there, correct? When you likely come to Singapore, we do a Kickstarter sort of a business. When you come to Ghana, it is more towards an NGO sort of a business. So you can see, right? As per the country, we have designed the businesses to be reflective of the same. So these are the not the only things that you do in that particular country. Going to the campus is definitely one thing. You're going to be going to the campus, you're going to be learning all of your subjects which are required, you're going to be building your businesses, etc. But we also make sure that we give you proper immersions, right? Now, what are these immersions? Immersions are basically of two types. When you're new to a country, I'm hoping that some of these countries, or at least most of these countries, could be new to you. You're going to go there for the first time. For you to have the right understanding, it's important to experience all of it, right? Both in business sense as well as in, let's say, a leisure sense as well, because both of it go hand in hand for an entrepreneur. What comes into your mind when I say Dubai, right? I'm sure Burj Khalifa, desert safari, then fantastic Middle Eastern food, maybe gold, very, very famous in the Middle East. So we curate the experience for students. On the weekday, we get everybody together. We take them for like dune bashing. We take them to see the Burj Khalifa. We take them for a cruise in Dubai. It is all a part of your curriculum because if you want to be a global citizen, you have to have the right experiences as well, right? It is all done under the supervision of TETR. It is all curated by TETR. This is the leisurely part of it, right? Enjoying the country. The second part of it, which is very important, is the business immersions. So, how likely is it for a 17, 18-year-old to sort of walk up to, let's say, the headquarters of Emirates Airline, right? I'm sure you've heard of the airline, Emirates Airline. Very luxurious, very profitable. It is one of the few companies in the world who's actually really profitable, right? So to teach our TETO students all about, let's say, strategy and customer satisfaction, we take them directly to the headquarters of Emirates Airline. We take them there. They spend an entire day over there with the management because how can you learn better than probably the management team of the best airlines, right? Now, another company we take you to is the MR company. You might have heard of the MR builders, right? They are the real estate moguls. They basically built the tallest building in the world, which is Burj Khalifa. They've pretty much transformed the desert into like all skyscrapers, if you kind of see right now. We take you directly to the headquarters of MR. We teach you over there the strategy, what are the kind of skills they have, what are the kind of marketing they have done, how have they envisioned this transformation, etc. Now, when you go to, let's say, India, we try to take them to the uh, kind of companies which has really changed the shape of our economy, like Zomato, ITC Limited, HCL. We have even taken our students to the parliament of the country just so that they get the right idea, right? So when you go to the USA, it's getting more and more interesting. We take you to the headquarters of Tesla. We get you to witness a live IPO at the NASDAQ. We are intending to take the students to the Pentagon. When you go to Europe, we want to take you guys to the Fashion Week because that is the kind of business you're going to be learning in Europe, social media, right? And you might have heard of Nas Daily. He's a content creator. He's a travel content creator. He teaches you content at TETR, right? So this is the small snapshot of how countries are structured and what kind of businesses you're going to be doing. This is a small snapshot of the subjects you learn at TETR, right? You study, instead of a very regular finance course, you study finance and fintech, which is very important and relevant. You study management and strategy. You study sales and marketing. You study product and tech. You study AI and machine learning, and very important, communication and self development, right? No matter what background you come from, you can be from a humanities background, you have probably never studied mathematics or any sort of science degrees after your 10th standard. We make sure that we teach our students AI and machine learning because it's very, very important. It's pertinent that you learn all of this. This is crucial for your businesses, right? So it is almost very similar to what you would learn at an MBA. TETR students learn when they are 18 years old, right? This is a small video, but I will skip it because for the interest of time, I will share it with you separately.
New
But this
term.
is all available in the internet. I will also make sure that I'll share it with you. We've gone through this. After the end of 4 years, you get a proper Bachelor's of Science degree from a proper UK university. It's ranked top 30 in the world. So even if you say that by the end of 4 years, you may get a clarity that you just don't want to do business at all ever. You don't want to do entrepreneurship at all. That's also completely fine because the ranking of your degree is fantastic. You have a great resume, and I'm very sure you will have a lot of network of people around you. And we have dedicated career teams within our university who are going to be helping you make your resume, helping you pitch yourself, helping you get the right paid internship opportunities from the first semester. So by the time you reach your fourth year, you will have enough clarity if you should do your business or if you should go ahead with a corporate job. If you wish to do that, you wish to go for a corporate job, that is also covered because I will show you the recruiting partners of TETR as well. Right? The same goes for bachelor's in computer science and AI. There is a requirement for this degree. You should have math and physics, chemistry, etc. for AI degree, which is usually sort of a requirement for your engineering degrees, right? This is a small snapshot of the kind of students who've come to us. We have 110 students from 45 different countries in the first batch, and in the second batch, we have 200, almost 220 students from 65 different countries. So TETR is rapidly growing. By the time you guys apply to TETR, we might have another batch who is probably double the size. Is someone texting? Manage. Okay, yeah. Previous slide. All right, all right. You can just unmute and also talk because I'm not able to see the chat. Are you talking about this slide? Um, is this
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Okay, yeah. Did you have a question?
No, no.
Okay, all right. All right, we just move on. So this is a small snapshot of the first batch. We had we have a very good gender ratio, which means 60% of our students are boys and 40% are girls. Although SAT is not a requirement to get into TETR, this 1475 is the average score for the first cohort. Second cohort, the average SAT is 1550. So if you do have an SAT, the chances of an admit and the chances of a higher scholarship are much, much likely. So, but it's not a requirement at all. But if you do have it, it's good. Almost 60% of the batch already had offers from really top universities, as you can see over here, right? Some of them were already in their second, third year of university, and the minute they saw about TETR, they left it and they've joined us. Okay, it was too good of an opportunity to sort of miss. Now, this is the inaugural cohort dropshipping business. So, the bunch of five boys you see over here, they were the first team to clock in $1,000 in revenue. So, what we did, we gave them an additional 5,000 US dollars just as a bonus for them to sort of invest in their company, or they can even split it among themselves. Our university campus in Dubai, it is located in the World Trade Center of Dubai, and the accommodation is in a place called as Academic City. It is called as the Myriad. I'll just come to it. Okay. We also do provide a lot of scholarships to students, but to keep things simplified, every student who applies to TETR, they're automatically considered for a scholarship, right? Because the application form will have lots of area where you can put in your achievements, your extracurriculars, your essays, and everything. So every student who applies to TETR are automatically considered for a scholarship. But the amount of scholarship that you may get is not something that we can predict. It can be anywhere between 0 to 100% on your tuition fee. depending upon how peculiar your profile is, right? How peculiar your application is. As I said, it can be anywhere between a 0 to 100% on scholarship, depending upon how competitive your profile is. But yes, we have pretty much cover all aspects everywhere from merit to need base is covered. So yeah, I think one more person. Yeah, yeah, you can go ahead and ask me your questions.
And what makes a profile eligible for 100% scholarship? Like, what's the top level peculiar at that
Right.
profile?
Correct, correct. Thank you. So, 100% scholarship is offered on the tuition fee. Obviously, there are other charges, but let me tell you what makes a profile eligible for the maximum sort of scholarship, right? I will share a couple of profiles here. Yeah. Can you see Ilianti over here? She's from Belgium. I'm not sure if it is visible, but yeah. Just a moment. You can see a lot of you should definitely read this out and see what is mentioned in the designation, right? I'm not saying she's gotten 100%, but yeah, these were some of the students who've gotten really high scholarships. The reason is because they have very peculiar profile in the way, such as Ilianti over here. She was a climate activist for the Global Climate Summit. Okay. Over here, we have Fernando from Spain. He is already a founder of a esports agency, right? Now, in the second cohort, we have a student who's actually a Formula 4 racer. He's from Saudi Arabia, and he started racing at a very young age, and he's very, very interested in business, and he's done a lot of extracurricular activities. So that really made TETR very interested in him. That is one point. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has to have something crazy, but I'm just giving out some kind of examples. There are students from India, for instance, over here, Jeet Totla. He is from Indore, and he was given a good scholarship because A, his personality was exceptional. The interview that he gave was so good that Teto was sort of forced to give him a scholarship. So there are various ways in which you can impress the committee, right? A, you have a provision to make your application wherein which you can put all of your personal detail, you can put your academic detail, you can put your extracurricular and your essays, right? It's all in written. This is where you can probably score a lot of attention. That is one way. Second way is your personal interview. It's a very important factor because we are teaching students how to be entrepreneurs. We want students who can be polished, but we want the right attitude. So we kind of check your attitude in the interview. So another way to impress them can be your attitude as well, right? How the interview goes as well. It is possible that you may already hold a lot of offers from other reputed schools, such as a student who's from Harvard who's already holding an offer letter from Harvard, they may attract a higher scholarship, right? So it can be anything, but it all depends upon how do you do the right storytelling, right? How do you convince the admissions team? Another way of doing it is by getting a very high SAT. We had a student who had a 1575, if I'm not wrong, or 1550, already really high SATs, right? So there are several parameters through which you can impress your admissions committee. Hope that answers it. Okay. So these are some of the recruiters at TETR. See, obviously, TETR being a business school, we want to make you employers rather than employees, right? We want you to give employment to other people. That is what we want. However, getting a clarity at 21 is also good enough because that's mostly the toughest part in life, right? Getting clarity what you want to do in life. At 21, you feel that no, you don't want to do your business. We have it all backed up. We have fantastic relationships and partnerships with some of the great companies in the world so that we can do the outreach on your behalf as well. Even if you want to do a higher study opportunity, your degree is very much valid. Any university, let's say you want to do an MBA in the next, after graduating from TETO after 10 years or 5 years or 6 years, you want to do an MBA, your profile is just so gloated that any school would want to take you. All right. Okay, this is a small snapshot on the internships part. There's a very big report that I will share with you. We take it very seriously because, as you might have seen, Traditional universities take up to 4 years to sort of publish an internship or a recruitment sort of a report, right? TETR doesn't wait for it. Everything that you do today, we expect you to implement it tomorrow, and day after we see the results, right? So our website has all the information. Every time you do your business, we upload it. We upload the real rates, revenue, etc., everything on the internet for people to see. All right. So this is a small snapshot of the internship, the paid internship our students have done. In the first term, almost 65% of the batch wanted to take the internship. 100% of them got the opportunity, but not everybody wants to do internships in the first term itself, because you have academics, you have a business to manage, you have a lot of other activities as well. By the time you come to second term, you will learn time management. I assure you, you will be doing everything. This is a decent enough cumulative stipend for everyone. The lowest stipend for a month was about $500, and the highest stipend for 1 month for a student was 2,500 US dollars. You can do the math in INR and see. So it's a lot of difference, right? 500 and 2,500. So it all depends upon how do you use the opportunities we give you. We do the same outreach, same sort of efforts to every student. It all depends upon how well do you utilize the opportunities we give you. All right. Some of the students who have gotten internships in Dubai, right? They were very smart that they've convinced their recruiters to make it into a remote opportunity when they come to India, and they've made it possible. So it's all about hustling and making it happen. These are also another set of videos which I will separately share. At TETR, most of the experiences, right, are completely curated by us, which means the accommodation for all the students, for all the countries are taken by TETR, which means you don't have to worry. It's a residential program. You are expected to stay with us in every country. The local transport between your accommodation to your campus, again taken care by us. All the leisure activities such as your cultural immersion, your business immersion, all the cost for all of that is already taken care by us. And a couple of the flight tickets are also taken care by TETR. All the visa processes, you might be wondering, it might be maddening to kind of get visas done for all the countries. You do not have to worry. TETR has a specialized team of visa professionals who will be doing it on your behalf. All right. Be it a visa to Singapore, to Dubai, to USA, we do it for the students. Our facilities are for the accommodation are really good. I will show you some pictures as well. This is the website of TETR. Everybody should have a look at it today. It's very, very interesting. If you go here to the student life, it will have all the pictures and videos of your accommodation, what you do on a daily basis, everything. Just coming down. Okay. All right. I hope you can see this. So here in this page, you can see the pictures and videos of all of your accommodation. For instance, in Dubai, you are going to be based out of a place called as the Myriad. It is based in the academic city. It's a fantastic accommodation. It has all the amenities you will ever require. It has a proper twin sharing bed, an ensuite bath. It has a gaming room. It has all the outdoor sports you would require, a swimming pool, and a proper dining area. So we sort of try to maintain the same standard of living for all the students across all the countries. So it is taken care by us completely. Okay. I'm just coming back to the presentation again. All right. Now, what does it require for you to apply to TETR? We welcome students from any background. When we say any background, we really mean it. You can be from an IB board, CBSE, state board. You might be doing your A levels. You can be homeschooled. You can be a dropout. Absolutely fine. You have to be less than 24 years of age, a minimum of 3 GPA, and you can have any kind of subjects taken. That's absolutely fine if you're applying to the management and technology course. We do not have any sort of entrance examination to get into TETR. We are looking at well rounded personalities, right? Many times students ask me the cutoff and the entrance examination, etc. I feel it is very unfortunate. We do not judge students based on just one parameter. At TETR, We give you ample amount of time for you to express you as your, a personality, your achievements, etc., so that you're not pressurized to sort of do really well on just one day. We expect you to be really good all the days, all 365 days. We want to make sure that you have a fantastic personality. So at TETR, it's quite simple to apply. All you need to do is to go online, apply using the apply button. For the current upcoming admission cycle, it's not open yet, but it will open by first week of September. You can always let the team know. They will help you make your applications, etc. Application has to be made. Once the application, wherein which you put all of your personal information, your extracurriculars, your essays, etc., we will ask you to go through a psychometric test. Again, it is not a test, it's a game that you play. Okay. The game is basically a series of situational awareness questions, which has basically no yes or right or a wrong answer. We are basically checking how do you react to situation, what is your emotional intelligence, what is your IQ, etc. And it will definitely check for basics of mathematics and basics of English language, which I'm sure you will be able to ace through. Once that game is completed, it's an AI based game. So you can pretty much take it from anywhere in the world at the comfort of your home, 1.5 hours. Once that is submitted, we will review your application and your trial, right? The game that you have done. And if we do kind of like your approach, we will ask you for an interview. It's a nice interview with an interview with an industry leader. It's not a pressure test or anything, where you have a conversation with the leader, and then we sort of roll out an offer. Okay. Now, how can you stand out? Anybody can apply to TETR. We jokingly say that we don't look for GPA, we look for grit, passion, and ambition. That's more important, because TETR is more of a practical school. While academics are important, most of TETR kids are very academic in nature, but they know how to balance it really, really well, right? A well rounded personality. You have to definitely have an entrepreneurial spirit, otherwise, you will not like it at all. Because when we say it's business, we mean it. That is A. You have to have one X factor, which I'm sure all students have it. It's just that they are probably not very confident about it, or is too humble to not mention about that in the application. You might have to sit with yourself and do a little bit of brainstorming as to what kind of activities you have done up until now. But it can be dancing, science, sports, maybe a small business you might have started some time ago, whatever it is. Find out your X factor. And as I said, right, we want people who are positive in all times, because you're learning something which is a little bit unpredictable business. So we want people who are pathfinders. Okay. This is a small video. I'm not sure if we have the time. I would like to play it. Actually, do we play this video? Do we have time?
Yes, we do.
Okay, okay, great. This is a small video of how your seniors enjoyed their first term. Let's see.
They say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a small step. But 4 months ago, we started our journey with a big one. But how big are we talking here?
Ever since I moved to Dubai, my whole life has turned around. TETR has been everything I've wanted and then some more.
The stuff we've done in like 4 weeks, somebody hasn't been done it in like a year.
TETR is amazing. I love TETR. No word can describe how grateful I am for TETR. Not only my classmates, the faculty, the curriculum, and everywhere.
I've learned more in the last semester than I have in the last 3 years in old college.
So what strikes me about TETR is the vision, the concept of a university, but the main point is you learn by doing.
Honestly, the networking opportunities at TETR are like immense.
This is GITEX, where tech meets the future.
There's so much to take in. AI, blockchain, robotics, you name it.
Today we discussed the future theme, and one of the things that impressed me the most today was the blur where we saw how environmental problems can be tackled with solutions through technology.
We went to explore MR,
the real estate mogul behind Dubai's most iconic landmarks, where we learned from 11 CXOs in one room.
I would say this immersion showed me how every decision in MR, be it from design to operations, it's about creating something extremely timeless.
It's been so cool seeing the future of innovation and tech through Emirates.
I'm the doing business part of TETR, and I make sure that our students go from zero to revenue in 16 weeks in every country they go to.
I'm running a business with this smallest camera for the biggest moment.
I know it looks fun, but trust me, we've been through hell. We got products that didn't sell. We've been banned from running Facebook ads, but we kept pushing.
In about 8 weeks, we made $17,000 in revenue in total.
Learning negotiation at the Gold Souk was one of the most fun experiences I've had. Just figuring out the tricks and connecting with the traders made it unforgettable.
In just 4 months, I have found more than just friendships. I've found a family away from family. As I look ahead to the next 3.5 years, I'm excited for the laughter, growth, and unforgettable moments that lie ahead.
Semester 1 in Dubai has been nothing short of transformative. I can't wait to explore the rest of the world with my tribe.
All right. That's a small snapshot of how your seniors enjoyed their first semester.
They say that
Sorry. Yeah. I hope the video was insightful. It's very, very simple to apply to TETR. You just need to fill out the application form. You can inform your team here. You have to take the TETR trial, which is the psychometric test, and then there is a personal interview. As I said, all the students who apply to TETR are automatically considered for a scholarship opportunity. I hope this was informative. We are open to questions, whatever questions you wish to ask us. Please go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Vardhan, you can go ahead. Yes, please.
Yes. I have a question. The academic qualifications you accept.
Okay. I couldn't hear one part of it, but are you asking the academic qualifications to apply to TETR?
Yes.
Okay. So, as I said, you can be from any sort of a background, any sort of syllabus, right? CBSE, ICSE, IB, whatever state syllabus, all of that, we accept it. You can be from any stream as well. Maybe you are in humanities or science, with math, without math, doesn't matter. You can always apply to the management and technology program. However, if you wish to apply for the AI degree, right, you have to have mathematics, physics, chemistry, computer science, etc. That's very, very important. Which program are you looking to apply to?
I'm for management and technology.
Yes, and you're from which background?
Commerce.
Commerce, yes, that's absolutely fine. You can definitely apply. Although we are not very, let's say, strict on academic percentages or GPAs, we would urge students to maintain at least a 3.5 GPA. Having good academic credentials is always good. It's a good highlight to your profile, but we are not very much strict on the academics part of it. However, we expect you to have a lot of extracurricular activities, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course, yeah. Khajri, I wanted to ask if you want to maybe perhaps add on to this.
I think you've covered everything brilliantly. And we have another hand going up.
Okay. Guys, you can just directly just ask us.
Yes, please shoot.
Yes.
All right. So my question is that what is a application ratio to the ones you have accepted?
That's a very good question, right? Now, TETR is a global business school, which means that we not just attract students from India, we basically attract students from more than, let's say, 80, 90 countries, right? So the application inflow has been really, really high, which means we have still not closed our application for this year. We were supposed to close it actually 1 month ago, but because of the overwhelming requirement by students all across the world, we have extended our application deadline, right? So we pretty much receive applications from any country you can ever think of. We have students from countries I personally haven't heard about it as well previously. So the inflow of applicants, I would say, is definitely high, probably 100,000 applicants, etc. Now, TETR would love to take 500 students and 1,000 students also. However, when you have a program so competitive, right, a lot of students do not really match up for it solely because the entrepreneurial spirit is very, very important, and most of the students may not match up to it. That's very, very important. Personality is very important, and then extracurricular activities are important. Though a lot of people may intend to it, there is a specific sort of a personality and criteria that we look for, right? They have to be TETR coded, as I said. So they have to qualify these three stages as well, right? In our first batch, we had about 110 students from 45 different countries. And the second batch, we have 220 students from 65 countries, right? So I would say it's quite competitive, only not because of, let's say, uncontrollable facts, but these are all something which you have, which is a part of your personality, right? Which you can't do any amendments as of now. But yes, a little competitive, I would say.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, can I just ask about the fee structure? A
Of
little
course, of
idea.
course. Absolutely. I will just show you the fee structure. I'll just show for the management and technology program. It is all available on the website should you wish to check it independently as well. Now, TETRO takes care of pretty much everything, right? Even if you imagine just taking a one-way flight ticket to all of these countries, the visa processes and everything, I'm sure it will come to a good amount. TETR, on the other hand, is providing the flight tickets to most of these countries. Then all the visa processing, all of that hassle is completely off your hands. These are all places a regular 17, 18-year-old can otherwise also not go, even if you have just the money for it, right? Like going to the headquarters and going to parliaments, etc. And we take care of the accommodation as well. So pretty much TETR takes care of your entire 4 years, if I may say that. And it comes to about, let's say, the bifurcation is given here. 190,000 US dollars is what is coming for all 4 years, and the living costs are additional, which is about another 40,000 US dollars. But you have to keep in mind these are figures without any sort of scholarship applied to them. So if you do have a fantastic profile, you do all the processes really well, you give a really good interview, there is a good chance that you may get almost 100K off of this numbers that you see.
Right, ma'am.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
of course. Does anybody else have a question? Please feel free to ask us. We are here for the next 5 more minutes. Anything you want to know about TETR, anything you want to know about the life at TETR. I think you're all probably based out of Chandigarh. We will plan a visit sometime soon. We'll inform the team and we'll make the arrangements, and we'll ensure that we get to meet all of you in person as well. And your seniors could be here sometime next year, January, between the months of January to April. So it's a fantastic occasion for us to also get them to you, if that is a possibility, right? It's very, very interesting to talk to TETR students. They come from a different world altogether, and it will really energize anybody. So we can always catch up over coffee for sure. But any final questions, anything you want to know, anything we can help you with?
Ma'am, one last question.
Yeah.
Uh, since you have thrown a lot of light on the how or who all can apply, but what, in technical terms, is the minimum eligibility criteria?
Right. So the minimum eligibility criteria is A, you have to be less than 24 years of age, right? That is non-negotiable. B, you should have completed your high school education before coming to TETR. That is a very important. Uh, C, you should be above the age of 17 for sure, which means that you have to be 18. The minimum CGPA that you can have is 3 CGPA, I mean GPA in 5 pointers, right? If I have to say in absolute bare minimums, these are the bare minimums. I think Vardhan has raised
Me
his hand.
too.
Yeah.
It's like, what are your tips like for a strong application for the
For a strong
your
application, okay.
tips?
Uh, for a strong application, okay, great. I will tell you. Very, you have to always keep in mind, right? Because I've spoken to a lot of school children and I've seen a lot of their applications as well. And I've personally interacted with some of them before they had applied to TETR as well. You must keep in mind that someone who's reading your application, right, has no idea about you at all. So you basically have to paint your picture in such a way that is, you have to almost exaggerate a little bit so that they are able to sort of understand what sort of a personality you are, right? So the art of storytelling is very important, not just to TETR, to any university. Even if you apply to any US university, UK university, nobody who's reading your application knows you or has any sort of history. Unlike your teacher or your counselor, they may already have some kind of background information about you, right? They don't. So it's up to you. How do you paint that picture? Someone who's in US is probably reading your application first thing in the morning, all grumpy. So you have to just put yourself in their shoes and understand how can you make the application more interesting, right? That's A. Make sure that you don't leave out any um, spaces in the application. It's quite unfortunate that when we see students in the application form, some of the areas are not mandatory to fill in, but it's always good to have a very fully filled application form, right? When we put out extracurricular section for you to fill out, make sure that you give a little bit of a description as well. Most universities, abroad universities, will not ask you for a solid proof or a certificate picture or anything, but it all depends upon how do you convince them in the application as well. How do they check all of this is when we invite you to the interview, your questions are most probably going to be picked up from those areas, right? So you have to make sure that the extracurricular part of it is really well put together, because your first impression is probably seen from that, right? What are the kind of achievements you've had? And no achievement, for as per me, is like something is better than the other. Nothing like that. You have to mention all of your extracurriculars. Obviously, quality matters a lot, but you have to try to make sure that it is put in the right way possible. An interview, yes, not to make you more nervous, it's a brilliant opportunity for you to mark a good impression on the other person, right? So make sure that you practice speaking, public speaking, all of that, so that you can impress the other person. If I may, I will just also share my screen to show you one of our students' LinkedIn profile, so that you can see what all have they put in, right? I'm not sure if all of you have a LinkedIn profile over here. If you don't, please make sure that you have a LinkedIn profile, because it's a digital CV almost, right? Anybody who wants to search you up can just put your name over there in Google and you will show up, and that's a good validation to have. I have seen students who are designers who make, because these days I've seen a lot of students who are very creative. They have Instagram pages, they do a lot of artworks, designing, etc. Start making your portfolio, right? A digital platform or a website or a portfolio wherein which you keep adding your work, right? And when you want to share it, you can even put that as a link in your application so the admissions committee can see it. Some of our students, they have Instagram followers, some of them have 200,000 followers. They leverage that because they used to make content, they enjoyed making that, the university liked it, right? So the opportunities are infinite, and you can just be creative. This is one student from the United States. His name is Juan. You can see, right, it has a proper banner, a fantastic picture. We clicked it for him. Really nice founder, entrepreneur, all of it. He's in the second year of TETR. See over here, he's done a lot of licensing and certification. That's fine. You can do it after once you come to TETR as well. But he started a little bit of entrepreneurship journey way before he did TETR, right? In 2022, he tried to do something way back in his home. I'll also show you an Indian student for your understanding. His name is Akshaj Bhavik. He's also, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Like
Yeah,
this guy,
you were going?
was he the founder of Surf Club?
Correct, yes. Have you heard of Serve Club?
I went to the like store in the Gurgaon, like it happened.
Gurgaon. Oh, great. So there were about five co-founders, if I'm not wrong. One is Juan, another one is Andrea, the third one is an Indian guy, Jeet, and the fourth is also an Indian guy, Ansh, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. But yes, Antariksh, sorry. So there,
Yes.
there are five co-founders to Serve Club. So that they're doing really well. They made so much profit. They used that profit money to stay back in India. So all the chaps from USA, they could stay back in India after their terms ended and during their summer vacation because they had a lot of profits, etc. But yes, they are the co-founders of Serve Club, right? So you would
Yes,
have a
yes.
lot better idea because you met them in person, right? You would have seen their energy and then how they
Like
sort
they
of
were so
did.
they inspired me to
Yeah.
try for theater college.
Okay, definitely. You should. It's an experience altogether. Fantastic. So Akshay is another student from Hyderabad. You can see, right? He's the co-founder of Cosmos, which is a nutraceutical product. It is a health supplement that he has made in India. He's also made his LinkedIn profile really, really well, right? And look at the kind of internships Teta was able to provide him. 1 month, it's a remote opportunity from Hong Kong, another in Gurgaon itself. All of this outreach is done by Teta, right? So having a digital sort of a portfolio will always help your brand image, which is very important in these world, right? This current situation, it's very important to have a personal branding. Yeah. Any further questions?
There also a essay writing in the application.
Yes, there are two essays which you have to write in less than 700 words. The topics are going to be revealed once the admission cycle opens, but it's more or less generic, right? Why would you want to join TETR? What are the kind of qualities you have? How can you contribute well to TETR? Something on that lines. Quite common in universities.
According to you, like how much time should we spend on the essay writing?
Well, it's more about introspection. You should actually start thinking from now because if you start just one day and you just spend one day in writing it, your creative pursuits will not probably be very well because you've seen writers, right? They think about something, they write it, then after 2 days they get a better way to sort of put it down. So always good to have multiple drafts. Write one, read it, then close it for some time, then read it once again after a couple of days so your imagination will sort of brew from there. So always start from now because more or less the topics are going to be same, right? How do you contribute to the university? What are the skill sets you have? Or some motivation, something around that way. But you can start drafting from now.
All
Excuse me.
Yes.
Ma'am, I was wondering, like, we all are probably working on some startup right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if if we are doing that and we get admission into like theater, so ma'am, do you help us like promote it and across the world and all?
Of course, yes, it's an entrepreneurial school. So if you already have an existing business, we can definitely guide you how do you make it better because that's all TETR about, right? We have a proper program management team. We have a lot of students who already have a lot of businesses way before they had come to TETR. Yes, we can definitely help you nurture it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. Anything else you wanted to ask?
any last question this time for you. Like what is
No
the
problem.
minimum age for the like applying for the college?
Minimum age?
Yeah, minimum age.
How old are you? 16, 17?
I'm 16 and I will be 17 this month.
And that's fine. That's fine. By the time, so the idea, yeah, you can be 17, you can apply. The idea is by the time you join TETR, right, you should be 18. That's it. And even if you're 17 by that time, it's completely fine. No problem. We will just require a letter from your parents. That's it.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Are there anyone else? I mean, thank you, Vardhan. Thank you for asking all the relevant questions. I think you've helped us answer questions that probably is in everyone's mind, but they're shy to ask. And taking out time, coming here, though it is online, really, really appreciate. And of course, colleagues who are here. I mean, this couldn't have happened without Inayat's initiative. So thank you, Inayat. And
Thank you. No, no, ma'am. It's our pleasure to have you. It was a wonderful session, and I hope the kids love it. And if there's any, I think everything is covered. And we would love to have you whenever you come to Chandigarh. Do let us know. We would love to have you, and we'll sit for a chat. And we'll also ask students to join. And I think that's it. Should be anybody any
yes,
other questions you have
one
in
last
mind?
question before we leave. One for the road. Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Since we have been associated with College Smart and YFS, all thanks to Nat, ma'am, and everyone, uh, some of us have been working on some sort of startups, like including me and Mukund and a few more. So, how much impression does that make in our applications and
I think
interviews for
as
TETR?
Anushri was explaining, if you have been an entrepreneur, I think that's the biggest qualification for us. Okay. It doesn't have to be successful. The fact that you have that, you know, uh, let's say the entrepreneurial bug in you, it's not for everybody, right? And not everybody is an entrepreneur. And kids who come and study with us never for once ask, what kind of job am I going to get at the end of the fourth year? They are here because they want to build businesses where they will be able to employ people. So that's the real difference. If you are an entrepreneur, if you've had a business, that is definitely your biggest qualification. And as Anushri was saying, we really, I won't say we don't care for academics. We do care for academics, but that doesn't decide where your place in the program. Okay. So if all of you here, if you have something that you think stands out, whether it is an entrepreneurship business, whether you sing well, you have, participated in sports, you're 1% in your class in something that sets you aside from others, bring it on. Okay. Write an essay. Many of us don't do so well while we write. We are shy. So like Anushri was saying, don't be shy. Be pompous. Write well about yourself. Say what you have done. Okay. So that is the real thing, which is the clincher. When we give out scholarships, and we give out scholarships quite generously, up to $100,000, which is the full tuition fee. And you'll find that on our website as well. It's not just a claim, we actually give it out. And then on top of it, there are, influencers like NAS and others who give out full scholarships as well to deserving candidates. So if you have something that you think TETR would be interested, bring it on to us, okay? And your counselors, obviously, Inayat and others, they are in touch with us. If you need help in us reading your essay and helping you fine tune it, just to give you that little, let's say, interesting fact, or maybe help you better it, we are happy to do it as well. Okay, so we do that to all our partners because we feel that since you're coming through a partnership, we give a lot of help. Okay, and that's a long answer to a very short question. I hope that helps. Anyone else? And thank you, Pritinder. I think that was a very, very interesting question. Thank you. all of you
Thanks to you,
here.
ma'am, for answering it.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's stay in touch. The world is smaller than you think. We are all online most of the time. So if you are on LinkedIn, you know where to find us. If you have questions, you have Inayat, and Inayat has us. So you can route your questions through the team, and we will be most happy to come back to you with all answers possible. Okay. So thank you so much once again for this wonderful opportunity. Honestly, thank you. That was absolutely, one of the best presentations that anybody in TETR has given. I mean, I think you've explained it better than Pratham himself. Thank you so much. All right. So here's to wishing you all the best, and let's keep in touch. Have a lovely evening wherever you are, and see you all soon in your own cities.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye bye.
Thank
All the best.
you,
Thank
Bye.
you.
ma'am.
All
Thank
the
you so
best.
much.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Again.
you.